Hey guys, what is going on? Hope everyone had a good day in the NFL, the NBA. Um, yeah, that's a little far
We're
back, but
getting a
anyway,
little ahead of ourselves.
just a little bit. But anyway, I hope you guys had a good day on Friday. A lot of games, a lot of stuff going on. So hope you guys all did pretty well. Um, I didn't do well because I only had like 20 minutes to study because I had to go to work. Um, so yeah, my lineup's kind of blue. Um, so, but Anthony did good. He had all day to study. So, you got a 320 and a 332, and then on his 50-50 a 297. So, he swept the board tonight. Really good, good picks, and that was on our premium page. So hopefully everybody is happy over there. So if you want to, quickly go through your lineups.
Yeah, definitely. Which ones are you going to first here? The league.
I have the 332 and the 321 up right now.
All right. So yeah, I'll just start with the 320 because that's kind of similar to the cash lineup too. Moutier, we knew he had a really good chance to hit value. He was going up against the same team, Brooklyn, that Russell had just gone off against, and I felt like it was a good matchup there. Uh, Alfred Payton, it got announced that Oladipo was going to be out. So I basically figured, Peyton was going to see a huge increase in usage. He was probably going to be taking more shots. Fournier was still kind of nicked up apparently, even though he did get the start. So I liked taking Peyton here. Middleton, I felt like he was going to have a good game. Minnesota's been giving up a lot of points to shooting guards recently. Levine, normally we don't like to take guys facing off each other against each other in the same game, but it actually worked out. Levine, he started out pretty cold, but he just stayed on the floor in the second half. The game was already pretty much over, and he was the last star on the floor for Minnesota, so he just kept taking the shots and covered his value there. That was nice. Giannis, what can you say about him? He is the Greek freak. He's definitely establishing himself as probably one of maybe the top five small forwards in the league right now. Maybe that might be an overstatement, but in my book, he's already there. Covington, he had a big big uptick in usage. It was announced that Noel and Okafor were going to be out, so I knew he was going to have to be taking a lot more shots. He already does, anyways, but if he's going to be the number one offensive weapon on the floor, he's going to have to be the guy. So I felt like that was a decent play. Thad Young, Denver, not the best team against power forwards. I was hoping Young was going to do a little bit better here. Honestly, I was disappointed. He didn't really do much in the first half, but he ended up, not quite hitting value, but he did enough to not hurt us. Gordon, on the other hand, obviously he killed all of our lineups. They all would have done a lot better if we would have not had Gordon in there, or if he would have, lived up to his potential. But I think what happened there was he was going up against Alex Len, who has been playing on a whole different level right now, and he was just a force to be reckoned with, and he took that game over and he gobbled up all the rebounds. So pretty much punked Gordon. He got into early foul trouble. He killed a lot of lineups today. And then Carl Anthony Towns, we expected more from him. He had a good night. He just didn't stay out on the floor. It was a blowout. The coach figured it was a good time to rest his rookie, who, after all those long years in the league, you don't want to wear him down, I guess. I don't know what the whole strategy was there. He killed us, but he still did okay enough for this lineup to do okay. And then moving over to the 332, the only different guys I had in there, I had Lowry. I felt like he had a good shot. Obviously, Lillard was the better play from that game. Like I said in the video last night, Lillard was going to be the only guy pretty much for his team to have to hit shots, and that actually followed through. So I should have stuck with him. I was on him in the first place, but I moved off him later in the day. Fournier, I threw him in there, a little bit risky there, but I figured if Oladipo was going to be out, he might have to get more shots too. Peyton obviously was the better option there, not at the same position, but the better play of the day. And then going all the way down to Alex Len. What more can you say about that? 5 times value, basically. 10 times value. He had a great night. He just dominated. 31 points, man. I just didn't see that coming from him tonight. I faded him in most of my lineups except for this GPP. I'm glad I at least took him on one, so I didn't completely miss him on the day and look like an idiot.
Yeah, dude. I mean, we all know he had pretty good potential, but man, he shot out of a cannon.
Mm-hmm.
Um, wow. I mean,
Yeah, right away he had like 20 points in the
yeah,
first like 8 minutes of the game.
yeah, just took over. Just definitely gonna jump up. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, then the cash line. We don't really need to go over that, but 297 definitely will still take that as well.
Yeah,
Um,
one thing I want to say is, man, it was a sweat at the end of the night. We did great not taking D'Angelo Russell. He destroyed a lot of lineups tonight, and that's pretty much the only reason this cash lineup, uh, you know, got in the money. I cashed in the big double up by a whole 2 points. I was freaking sweating that, but man, I was just really really happy at the end of the night. We'll take
yeah,
it.
yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, Russell's is. Oof. I mean, he had a really hard matchup, so yeah, Teague shut him down. So,
Yeah, definitely.
but
Teague and then Bazemore was switching on over to him too. He did a
mhm.
decent job.
So yeah, overall, pretty good night for Anthony. Like I said, I didn't have any time to study, so my lineups were not too good. I had some free ones that went off, but my premium ones did not do the best. But that is all. That's all right. We will get back on track. If you haven't checked out our Twitter page, check it out. You can check out our regular one and our premium one. As usual, we'll have both of them in the comment section. Click on the link and head on over there, and we get you all set up. So yeah, I think that was mostly it for that. Overall, for the most part, pretty good night. 3 out of 3 for Anthony on premiums, so definitely will take that. So today we have 10 games today, which is usually not 10, my bad, 8 games today on a Saturday, which is usually not common. But we'll take it because usually there's about 5 or 6 of them. So,
Yeah, I'll take the extra games.
yep. For the most part, there's some good matchups. Some of them aren't too pretty, but you know, as usual, we will get through it. So, all right, let's get into tonight. So, let me pull up all the stats here. Come on. All right, there we go. All right, our first game we have on here is Utah and New Orleans, a 198 over and under, and New Orleans by 1. So, you're going to go back to Rodney Hood or Gordon Hayward or any of those guys?
Um, I don't really think so. I think maybe Hood has a decent matchup here. I think
Price gone down.
his price has gone down, but his performance has also tremendously gone down. And I think he did get nicked up last game. He left the court
Yeah, he
with a
did.
head injury. I mean, he came back, but
It's a little concerning.
yeah. And you can see tonight, he just didn't do well. 29 minutes on the court and only 18 points. That's very disappointing.
Not the best matchup, but Eric Gordon's been hot. He plays San Antonio and killed them, so maybe Gordon or no?
Yeah, he seems to be, the new spark on this team. He was out for a long time with the injury there, but looks like he got time to rest up and get his legs back. I think he might. I don't know if he's matchup proof, but yeah, playing tough against San Antonio like that really makes me almost willing to put him in tonight.
Yeah, GPP play for sure. I guess if the only, I mean, yeah, Utah is pretty good against shooting guards, but I'm once in a while because he did attack San Antonio pretty good. So yeah, I don't mind Gordon and a GPP though. Who else? We got one guy that had a really good game last night with Shelvin Mack, 32 points against Memphis. I don't mind him as a GPP play tonight against New Orleans.
No, not too bad really. I don't know if I'm going to use him. If I really need to fit in some big price guys there,
Yeah, but for the
I'll
most
consider
part,
it.
yeah, that was probably like a one-time thing. So, I mean, maybe 20 to 23 tomorrow. Sorry, today, but nothing special. And against Memphis, which was kind of surprising. So, um, who else? Anyone else you like from this one? Gordon Hayward.
Um, you know, I think I want to take small forwards against New Orleans, and then they always just kind of come to bite me in the butt there. I think that I'm probably going to stay away. I mean, he is an aggressive guy. Um, he is pretty much the focal point of the offense here, but I don't know if he's my number one small forward on the night.
No, probably not the number one, but he still has a pretty decent matchup. And it scares people away that the over and under is so low. But like I've
Mm-hmm.
been saying all year, Utah never has an over and under over 200, and for
Yeah,
the most part, he's pretty good. So if you have like a loose defense in New Orleans, I don't mind Hayward, but like you said, not the top pick of the night. So
I think like Favors is the only Jazz player I've taken in the past couple weeks. Yeah, I've really been staying away from Utah lately, and it hasn't really hurt me. So I think until it starts doing that, then I'll probably just continue with that trend.
do you like favors or?
Not up against Anthony Davis tonight. It's going to be pretty competitive.
Yep,
Yeah, I don't think I'll be going back.
not me either. Do you like Davis?
It's not the right
Randolph
night.
had a Randolph had a pretty good game last night against Utah.
Against Favors, yeah. And it is a back-to-back for Utah, so maybe they're going to be a little more tired. Um, I don't know. We always talk about it. Davis is just so fragile. I just don't
Yep.
like taking him. I mean, yeah, once in a while he goes off for an 89 point, ridiculous game, but I mean that's once in a while, and I can just live with that because otherwise he doesn't really hit value. He did drop back down to 9,800 like they did to us like last week or 2 weeks ago, so that almost makes it a little more enticing, but I'm probably going to stay away from this. I mean, we'll see how the slate shapes out, but probably not my top power forward play here.
No, he's not even in like my top three or four. He's
Mm-mm.
just, 40 points. That looks good, but yeah, if you're paying that much for a guy getting you 40, I mean, come on. There's guys out there and get you, $6,700 and get you 35, 40. So, um,
Exactly.
someone like that, you want at least 50, 55. I mean, 55 is a little high, but around 45, 50 probably. Um, do you like Rudy Gobert on the flip side of this?
He's got an
He
easy
had a
matchup
huge
against
game,
New Orleans centers here.
huge game against Memphis.
Yeah, he might actually be the play here, if anybody, out of this game, or at least the Jazz. Uh, well, once again, it's going to sound like a broken record here, but I'm probably not going to pick a Jazz player as my top play of the night at any position. It's going to take a little more research, and if I have to just land on a $6,700 center, maybe I'll go with Gobert and not hate it. But I just really don't love his upside all the time. I feel like he is pretty much like a 4 to 4.5 times value type of player, night in, night out.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, his his floor is not too bad. Around 25 probably is his floor, but his
Mm-hmm.
ceiling is nowhere. So
Right.
if you want like a kind of a safe guy, that's not gonna explode. Maybe a cash game gets you 30. Go with Rudy Gobert. Maybe once in a while get you 35, but around 30. So yeah, definitely not much ceiling on Rudy. So. All right, I think that mostly does that one. Got the one of the boring games out of the way, so but still got to talk about it. So,
Yeah.
all right, next we got Boston and Cleveland. This is going to be a really good game. Rematch of the playoffs last year. Over and under in Cleveland by 7. So, um, man, who you liking in this one?
um,
Isaiah Thomas.
man, he had a good night. I want to say Thomas.
He's had 2 games,
Man,
32 and 30 points back to back. So.
yeah. I Tonight might be the night that I go with Isaiah. I was kind of kicking myself tonight for not having him in my lineup. Um, he definitely went low owned tonight and really helped a lot of people out there. But man, I don't know. Tougher game against Cleveland though.
Yeah, definitely.
I won't be
Irving.
playing. Yeah, I don't think I'll be going with Irving or Jr. or Shumpert. One guy who I think maybe I might want to give a look here is Kevin Love. He got the night off for a rest, and this is why, because they want to use him against the Celtics in this game.
Yeah. Yeah, Kevin Love. Yeah, I like him. Do you like him tonight? Seven
Yeah,
thousand.
yeah, I do. Respectable price. He's gonna have fresh legs. He's rested. They're probably gonna lean on him a little bit more here. We like to play bigs against Boston. We
Mm-hmm.
know that. I think this might be the right matchup to take Kevin Love and the right price.
Yeah, yeah, $7,000. I mean, he can go off for 40.
Hmm.
Yeah, I see it. Plus, they're in Cleveland. You got some home court going on. So yeah, I don't mind Kevin Love at all.
I'll probably be throwing him into GPP though. I don't know how much I'm going to want to put him in my cash.
Yeah, he's a GPP for sure. As we know, he can put a debt on you. So, um, LeBron James, you going with him?
This is the kind of game that he has to perform in. The Washington game last night, tonight, whatever you want to call it, was a little bit of a letdown as far as the competitiveness. LeBron didn't have to go off as much as he did. Still had a good game. Didn't hit the 65 point like we were probably predicting.
50 is still all right though.
Yeah, still very good and good for his price tag. But I think the point that I'm trying to make here is that tonight is the night that he's going to go for 60, 65.
Yeah, and the the other thing, which was kind of funny, and when your lineups, you pick Tristan Thompson, you're like, oh, he's gonna have a good game, but um, he was on the bench, and they put LeBron as the power forward. So,
Yeah, they started the game with Mozgov out there, and they
wow,
actually had Shumpert, I think, running the three.
yeah, I don't know what's going on.
It was a shock to me. I didn't, normally we watch the, I think, Fantasy Labs Twitter for, the starting lineup updates, and I didn't catch that. I didn't notice anything about Thompson not being in the starting lineup. I just, automatically assumed, well, Love's not in there, so that means Thompson will get the start. But they're kind of playing around with the lineups there. I mean, Thompson still got me five times value in my cash game lineup, so I'll take that. He obviously didn't provide the ceiling that I was looking for. I was thinking that he's going to be like a 6 to 7 times, maybe even 8 times value tonight, but he didn't hit that, unfortunately. Um, you know, this kind of game, rough and tough. They're going to use big men. He might go off, but I think I feel more comfortable putting in Love.
Yep. Jay Crowder or Turner?
I think Crowder, if anybody. Um, you know, Actually, if I think back to the last time Boston played, Evan Turner did a tremendous job on LeBron James. I think LeBron got contained the last time they played.
You can keep talking, but I'm gonna go look it up. It was only on
Yeah,
February 5th, so not too long ago. So I'm gonna bring that up.
yeah, not too long ago. Evan Turner had a pretty decent game out. I think he hit. I want to say like 6 to 7 times value, and he was. I'm pretty sure he was priced higher than he is tonight. That's something to check out. I think LeBron's probably safe here,
Yeah, he should be.
but yeah, just a little side note of caution here. It has happened before where LeBron didn't have the best game out against Boston,
Yeah,
um,
it's definitely happened. All
and
right.
Boston is kind of trending up right now. So that is one area of concern here.
All right, come on. Is it gonna load for me here?
It's going to start the video, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, there it goes. Come on. All right. All right. Let's go find this. All right. This is Bradley's 3-pointer won the game or something. So, all right. Jay Crowder got 3 points, 7 rebounds, 5 personal fouls.
5 personal fouls. Wow, what a tough game. Yeah, I guess Evan Turner is the better choice there.
Who else we got here? Solinger 12 points, 7 rebounds. Bradley 14 and 3. Thomas 22 and 4.
Yeah, Turner, he had 19 and 12, 6 assists.
Wow.
Yeah. Uh,
Um,
yeah. Even a block shot there.
all right, LeBron 20 and 7. Love only got 10 and 5, which kind of stinks. He only had 21 minutes though, so I'm not exactly sure what happened there.
I
J.R.
think
Smith.
that is the game that he left because there was a scare with his shoulder. Remember, he injured the shoulder last year,
hmm
and I think he got a little bit of a stinger and left the court.
Who else we got? Yeah, I don't see anyone else. So yeah,
Yeah,
I
nobody's
just
really
don't.
jumping off the page there. Do you like Thomas?
20.
Do you like Isaiah Thomas?
I don't mind the guy. Just because he's really aggressive, and this is going to be a pretty good matchup. It could be another playoff game. Um, Probably not the first round, but yeah, I do like Thomas quite a bit.
Yeah.
Only $7,800, man. So.
Yeah, really respectable price there. We know that we've seen him up at like 9K this year. So
hmm So you gonna try and go with Evan Turner again, or
I think I might give him a
GPP?
shot. But yeah, the thing is that Crowder has been getting the larger minute share and has been performing better as of late. So that's one thing to always consider is you can't use the last game as a bible. And like we said, we don't mind taking Kevin Love here, even though he
Mhm.
didn't perform in the last game. So
But because he left because of an injury. So.
yep,
All right, I think that's mostly it from that one. We didn't really mention Irving, but I don't, as we know, we don't like Smalls against Boston. So,
right.
um, yep. All right, let's move on here. So yeah, we're definitely gonna target that one quite a bit. All right, next we got a 198 over and under, and New York and Detroit, and Detroit by 5. So, uh, anyone you loving in this one?
Let's see. Right off the bat, I want to say Lopez, but I mean, man, last night I was thinking maybe Lopez, and I fell off his bandwagon for good reason. He was a disappointment. I think he has done well against Detroit before, but I don't know. Maybe this is Drummond's night. Other than that, maybe Reggie Jackson is worth a look here against Calderon.
Uh, Maybe, yeah. I'm not too high on this game.
That's what I'm
um,
thinking.
but we
Yeah,
still got to name people.
New York is trending down. Detroit kind of trending up a little bit here. I don't know. What do you think about Tobias Harris? I mean, he's going to be facing Carmelo, but Harris has been doing really good lately.
Yeah, I don't mind him. Yeah, as we know, he's a free shooter. He likes to shoot quite a bit. Yeah, I don't mind him for $5,100. So, um, last time Detroit and New York played, it was 111 to 105, February 4th. But that was when New York was still kind of on a hot streak. So, um,
Yeah, I believe they're 3-15 in their last 18 games.
yeah,
So
yeah,
no,
I don't mind Harris at all.
yeah, I think he's pretty solid here. Probably a cash game pick, I think.
The only thing though is Carmelo is a pretty good defender for the most part, but I don't know. I don't mind a Harris.
Yeah, the
Um,
thing is though, Carmelo's kind of been playing like the rest of his team, where they're just not living up to their potential. Kind of just letting easy mistakes happen and not playing the best defense either.
yeah, and the Knicks have been giving up a little bit more points than usual in their last 5 games to small forwards. So the only thing to check on is Harris going to be power forward or is Morris going to be power forward? They like to switch it up once in a while, but for the most part, Morris is the power forward. So,
Yeah, I think he'll be getting
um,
the start at the power forward tonight. He'll be getting the 4 start against Taps.
Taps tonight.
Uh, Last night he did okay. He got like close to 5 times value. I'm not
No,
loving
he
him
only got
here.
24 points.
Really, I thought he did better.
No, he only played 20 minutes, so he was way undervalued.
Oh wow. See, I thought I guess what happened was I just saw him early in the game and it looked like he was doing half decent. Yeah, that's no bueno.
Yeah,
That's only
yeah,
4 times value right there. No, thank you.
no. And then you got Drummond. Yeah, I mean, you probably obviously do remember a long time ago. With your Robin Lopez pick against Drummond, like you said, you're gonna go back there. You think it's gonna happen again?
No, we're talking ancient history. Like we just said, New York has been trending totally down. Lopez once in a while is a bright spot on this team. Can surprise you and get you good value, but his price tag isn't down like around 4,200, 4,500 like it was a lot earlier in the year when he was giving us great value return. It's a lot harder to squeeze that out of him.
Yeah, Lopez just hasn't been the same. But it'd be really nice if he did go off against Drummond again. But I just don't see it happening.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's. Do you like anyone else, or is that really it?
Um, yeah, I'm guessing that's probably it here.
Yeah, I don't see anybody else. So, all right, let's move on. All right, let's get this going here. Um, all right, next game we have is Indiana and Washington. We got a 208 over and under in Washington by 2.5. So, who are you liking in this one? Do you like John Wall? I mean, he hurt himself, but he kind of tweaked his ankle a little bit. But
Yeah, not I don't
35
know.
and 35 though, he's been downward.
Yeah. I don't know how much I love John Wall right now. I given him a consideration for last night's slate, but I'm glad I didn't go with him.
Yeah. Monte Ellis, do you like him against a terrible shooting guard of Washington?
Yeah, he's got GPP upside here tonight. Still not going to put him in my cash lineups. Um, Paul George might be might be getting one of the best DVPs of the night. I think, man.
Yeah, I was
You
gonna
know,
pick him, but yeah, I'm picking George. I don't care. Just do a James and George stack. You can do it. I'm gonna do it.
uh, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna just do that by default. I'm gonna make sure I can make the rest of my lineup fit pretty well there. But
No,
you know,
just the first look, just boom, put him in there. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be pretty difficult to put both those guys in there, and the rest of your lineup looking pretty good. So it's either one or the other. So I think, for me personally, though, I think James is, like you said, going to go off for 60, man.
yeah, I almost stacked Giannis and James last
Hmm.
night. Well, obviously, it would have been
Wow.
better to stack Giannis and George. That would have been pretty amazing, but it didn't happen. But tonight might be one of those nights that you might want to do it even more so than last night. There's probably not going to be as many value plays available. Probably not quite as many good DVP matchups here. So when it comes down to that, you kind of like to get some stars in your lineups so that
Hmm.
you can kind of get some floor points there that you can count on.
Anyone else you like Miles Turner, or he's done?
Super underachiever right now.
Yeah, he's done.
He's going back to his rookie slump. He's pretty much done as far as I'm concerned until we see another, huge game out of him.
Uh,
Maybe Jan Mahimi here. I
oh
don't
man, he
know.
had a heck of a game last night.
Yeah,
He got last two games. I don't mind the guy. I mean, not my favorite pick, but he is only 5,000. So,
yeah. I think he hit what 6 times value last night.
32 points. So,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with your Gortat.
I don't think I'll be going back to him tonight. We like it better when Nene's a little nicked up, so Gortat needs to stay out on the floor a little bit more. When they play a lot of games within a short amount of time, which I'm pretty sure Washington has been, they kind of like to monitor Gortat's minutes out there on the floor a little bit. He was running into some knee issues earlier in the year, so they don't want to wear him out. He is kind of getting up there in his years for an NBA player. I think they're probably going to monitor his minutes here. Plus, on a back-to-back, how much is he really going to get out of it?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I love Gortat, but I just don't see it tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Um, So I think that's it. I mean, George Hill, I don't know, Brad Beal, I just don't see it. So yeah, Monte Ellis maybe not too bad of a pick. Um, Paul George, you like Otto Porter or probably not?
No, no.
Okay.
And Brad Beal's on the minute restriction still, back to back. So no, thank you. Uh, did I see Solomon Hill in the starting lineup this morning or this evening?
I was working, so I, I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure I saw him get the start, dude.
Yeah, he did. Well,
That's just crazy.
as
That tells
usual,
the
he
story
doesn't
because they
do
don't like
anything.
Turner right now. Yeah, he
No,
didn't do anything, but yeah, they're
that's
not loving
crazy.
Turner just like us. So
Yeah. So yeah, I think that does it. Rodney Stuckey, none of those guys are worth anything. So all right, we are gonna move on. We have Brooklyn and Minnesota, 214 over and under, and Minnesota by 4. So this is gonna be just a scrappy game. I love it. Brooklyn won in overtime. I think they pulled it out, or did they lose? I'm not
yeah,
sure.
I didn't really see, but um, I'm pretty happy about that though
Brooklyn
because
won. Yes.
that's how Moutier got his value.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Do you see Ricky Rubio doing the same as Russell and Moutier?
Um, no,
He's been terrible, and Rubio's not the same kind of player. Uh,
no, no, he's not like an aggressive scorer. He's more of a passer type of facilitator kind of guy here. Um, not super high usage. I mean, he is a point guard, so he is handling the ball, but he's not the one taking the shots or setting up the shots even.
yeah. I think Donald Salone had a half decent game last night. Um, if I don't, oh no, he started really hot, but he didn't do anything. So, um, you're gonna go back with Zach Levine. I like him.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take him here again. He gave us a little bit of a scare, but I think this is two games in a row where he's kind of done that, where he kind of comes out flat in the first half and just starts taking over in the second half. He's got to warm up. He's got to start taking more shots. He is a young player, so he has more energy out there on the court than some of these guys that he's facing. So I do like him here. Pretty soft defense from Brooklyn. Clarkson had a pretty good game against them a few games back. I'm pretty sure DJ Augustine had a decent game out against them last night.
Hmm.
Gary Harris as well. So, yeah, I see no reason to go away from shooting guards against Brooklyn right now,
So,
especially on a back-to-back.
yeah. So this is way GPP. But as you said yesterday, you said and you were correct. I was wrong. You were saying, Minnesota is not doing too good anymore at the shooting guard position. Because they have been giving up pretty good points. And Middleton didn't do too bad at all. So one guy that destroyed the Lakers last night, Markel Brown,
Mm-hmm.
40 points, dude. Sorry, Denver, 40 points. Wow. Take a chance with him.
Yeah, this is Beer's boy from earlier in the week. I feel like sometimes he's right on, and then sometimes he's a few games ahead of schedule. I don't really see Markel, hitting this again. But if you don't mind putting him in a GPP lineup where you're going to leave yourself open for, 5 to 6 point dud, uh, tremendous upside here. I don't mind it. I don't hate it, but I just think Levine probably is going to control this game here. I think he'll probably get the best out of whoever he's facing. Um, I don't know.
Yeah, I just put it up there just because he had 40, so try and get everybody to think. But yeah, I'm not playing him.
Yeah, I don't think I will go back to him. That's what we like to say, fake.
Yeah, yeah, some and somebody might have had some inside stuff, but I didn't see anybody even have the guy, so that just came out of nowhere. So um,
Yeah,
one guy I should have picked
I'm not
last.
sure.
One guy I should have picked last night, and man, I knew it. Muhammad, man, 20. I mean, he only got 24 points, but I'll take that. 17 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. I'm liking Muhammad again tonight.
Yeah, I like him against Bojan.
Yeah, I'm not too high
Right here
on.
it's a question like, which, cheapo guy do you want to go with? I think I like Shabazz more than Bojan. Bojan kind of fell back down to earth last night.
Plus, he's gonna have Wiggins on him, so
Yeah,
um,
yeah, much better defender than who was he playing against tonight? I don't even know.
Giannis, Giannis and Wiggins. Oh, you meant Boban? He played. I mean, Bogdanovic. He played against Samson.
Jakar.
Yeah, and he didn't do anything against him.
Yeah,
So I mean,
yeah.
he scored 17 points, but fantasy wise, he didn't do anything.
Right, right.
All right, who else we like? Daddy's Young, maybe a revenge game.
Yeah, maybe.
I think he played for Minnesota. Yeah, he did, just for a little bit. Um,
Yeah, I don't recall honestly. But
Maybe I'm just,
yeah, I
yeah.
don't mind that young here. Uh, you know, sorry, I'm drawing a blank here for a second. Jabari Parker, he had a decent game out. It wasn't anything stellar, spectacular. He didn't get like 7 times, but he covered nicely against these Timberwolves.
Yeah. So yeah, he did play for Minnesota a long time ago. So try not look like a dumb a dumb person out there, but yeah,
I feel like nowadays everyone's getting into revenge games because they just
yeah,
swap players.
yep,
Not even just once a year, but multiple times each year.
multiple, yep, yeah. I'm not too high on Thaddeus Young tonight. I mean, with that being said, he'll probably go off for like 40, but um, honestly, not the best matchup for him. I mean,
No, I think Towns and Jang, they do a pretty good job down there.
they do.
I,
Um,
that, I that's why I stayed away from Parker, but I stayed away
mhm.
from Parker, and he did pretty good. If I would have gone all in on that Milwaukee stack, I would have done much better tonight. Last night, whatever. It's still last night tonight.
Yeah, we're on the West Coast, so. But hmm, who else? Do you want to go with Towns against Brook Lopez, or a pretty good matchup?
I think that obviously because of recency bias, I want to stay away from Towns because he burned me last night, but he didn't burn me too bad. This is going to be more of a competitive game. He's probably going to have to stay in on the court against a guy like Lopez. I don't see them, letting them leave, letting them just sit down unless they get blown out. But I don't really see them getting blown out here by Brooklyn. Brooklyn is not the same team as Milwaukee.
Hmm.
I think Towns and Dang are going to have to stay out on the court a little bit longer tonight than they did.
Yeah, I don't mind Towns. I mean, and the other good thing is maybe his ownership's just a little lower just because he had a bad game. I mean, I don't think it should be too much lower, but I don't mind
It's
Towns.
kind of low to begin with. I mean, it was only at like 10%, but that's because everybody was on Alex Len. I think
Mhm.
tonight maybe Towns gets a few more looks than he did.
Yep. So yeah, he got 30 points. A little disappointing, but look, he only got 22 minutes. They didn't play him. I mean, if you look at it, 30 fantasy points in 22 minutes. That's a pretty good night's work. So
Hmm.
imagine if he would have got his normal workload, he could have easily got you 45, 50. So um,
Yeah, he was definitely playing at that level. We were
mhm.
texting each other, and I was just saying like, "What the heck is going on here? What's the coach doing?" They weren't even really that far out of the game, honestly,
Yeah,
and
they were.
he just sat the whole fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was kind of annoying because we're like, come on, we know what is he doing? What are they doing?
So I think
So
maybe in the mind of the coach, he was probably just saving him for tonight. Probably going to be a much easier matchup. So why wear a guy out on a game that the coach doesn't even feel like they're going to even have a chance to win, anyways.
yeah, tonight's going to be a little different though. It's going to be a pretty close game, and they're going to need Towns to help
Hmm.
them. So yeah, I love Towns
Pretty
tonight.
close game, pretty high scoring.
Yep.
Bad defense on the Brooklyn side. So yeah, I don't hate Towns tonight.
So all right, I think that's we covered that game. Unless there's nobody, yeah, I think
Hmm.
that was mostly it. So all right, moving on, we have Chicago. This is going to be a good game.
Hmm.
215 over and under in Houston by 1.5. So I never usually pick the guy, but maybe a GPP play Beverly
Yeah, maybe.
30 against New
Chicago.
Orleans.
Yeah, Chicago pretty soft against point guard too. So
Hey, there's a shock. Derrick Rose's game time decision. Oh,
Yeah,
he's gonna play though. It says so.
don't
Um,
play him. No, still, I'm not going to.
no, no, I just, yeah, I do like. I don't mind Beverly though.
Right.
Um, Jimmy Butler's back, huh?
That's what I was gonna say, man. His injury tags are not there anymore.
Maybe a GPP play. Ooh. He will not be under any minute restrictions. Ooh,
This, oof,
no minute
this is
restrictions.
shaping up to just. Yeah, I'm just gonna say it, man. You have to have Jimmy Butler in your lineup tonight. He's not going to
It,
be $8,700 for very long.
no,
James Harden, pretty soft
going to be
defender.
a hit it or miss it kind of game. You know, he can come back and be totally healthy and get you 50, or he could still have that lingering injury and get you like 10. But since James Harden in a huge, in a high scoring game, high paced game, you got to take him, man.
They're going to need him back out there on the floor.
Huge, huge risk.
One
But
thing we know about Jimmy Butler is, he's not one of these players who's trying to shy away from the spotlight or
no,
trying to deflect responsibility. He wants to be the guy. That's why they call him Jimmy Jordan. You know what I mean? He wants to be that guy taking those shots when the game is on the line. He's not afraid. He's not going to back down. Harden is not going to intimidate him. He's going to keep coming back at him even harder. I think this is going to motivate him to have a huge night. He's going to want to take out some frustration for the injury and having all that time off here. Chicago, they're out of the playoffs right now. It seems like, but he might have something to say about that.
yeah. Yeah, I know Derrick Rose doesn't really do anything, but I mean, if Derrick Rose was out, I mean that helps Butler just a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
because he's gonna have the ball in his hands a lot more. Because once in a while, he Butler likes to be, kind of the point guard. They like to do that sometimes. So, um, I was gonna say James Harden has a good matchup, but I don't know now against Butler. Do you like
Yeah, if
Harden
Butler's going to
still?
be in there, I don't really like Harden. They're going to have to use him. He's going to be on the floor. He's going to be taking a lot of shots. But man, Butler. I mean, even though he is coming back from injury, if he's not on any minutes restriction, the kind of defender he is, yeah, I don't think I'm going to play Harden tonight.
Yeah, he's 10-9, man. That's crazy. I mean, maybe if Butler wasn't playing, but yeah, that kind of derails Harden right there.
Yeah, if Butler was only a scorer, one of those shooting guards who he's only there to play offense,
Yep.
then I wouldn't mind taking Harden here because it's going to be a shootout. But I think Butler is obviously he is one of the best defenders in the league. It's not even an opinion.
Nope. Do you want to take the Chinese MVP, Michael Beasley?
Oh man, the fresh import, the
Last time
importer
he,
exporter.
it's funny if you look at his game log. Last time he played, I don't know when this was, but he scored 64 against Philly.
Wow.
I don't know when. This must have been like 6 years ago, but
No, he did play in the 2014 2015 season.
wow. So I guess if you want to go off his last game, 64 points, he had a pretty good game. I don't see anything from him tonight. Yeah, I just probably about 15 minutes. He's not gonna do anything.
Yeah, I'm not ready to hop on this train yet.
No, and he's $4,400, which why is he that much money?
I don't know. Maybe if you want to go crazy GPP and put him in there.
Yeah.
Crazy
Yeah.
GPP.
No. No, like you gotta see about 3 or 4 games until you pick him. So,
Yeah.
do you like Trevor Ariza? Who's he gonna have on? He's gonna have Mike Dunleavy on him.
Yeah,
Um,
I do like playing small forwards against Chicago, and Trevor Ariza, pretty aggressive, takes a lot of shots.
and a high over and under. So,
Yeah,
somebody's got to score. Let's see. It looks like. All right, let's look this up. Yeah, it looks like the Rockets are actually the worst team against small forwards, which is pretty crazy. So, yeah, Bulls aren't too good either. Yeah. So everybody else, all these cheap guys from Chicago, gone. Doug McDermott, he's gone. Moore, Antoine's gone. Yeah, because Butler's back. So.
yeah.
Um,
That's there's no reason for any of these guys to be shooting the ball anymore.
um, if Gibson's out, do you like Bobby Portis or? I mean, he has a good matchup, but how much? I mean, Butler's back, so he might be just running up and down the floor.
Yeah, I
So
don't really see him getting the ball in his hands a whole lot here. He's going to have to rely on rebounding to put up his points tonight. 5 assists last game. Yeah, that's not going to happen here tonight.
no, no, that's definitely not gonna happen. I don't see anybody else here.
Like in Power or Dwight at all?
Um, hmm. I don't mind Dwight Howard. He's just, I mean, man, he's had really easy match anything. Um, I mean,
I
he
feel like the
faced
best
new.
the
He
best you're
faced
going to get out of this guy is 5 times value.
yeah, about 35 probably tonight. That'd be nice if he did what he. I think it was against the Clippers when he went off for 70s or so. But I mean, the only good thing, he does have a pretty good matchup. But I don't know. Maybe Gasol. Um, I mean, he has been bad the last 2 games, but the good thing is Butler's going to be back, and when Butler was here, Pau Gasol was clicking. So I think the chemistry is going to be back. Because Butler makes everybody better, just because they put more coverage on him. I mean, I know Gasol is already a good player, but it's gonna kind of take the stress off Gasol because he had to lead the team. So he's got his buddy back. So I don't mind Gasol for about 40, 35, 40. Still undervalued, so I'd
Hmm.
probably go with Cat instead. So
Yeah.
um, I don't know what you're thinking there. Who do you like out of those guys?
I think I like Gasol a little bit more than Howard. Gasol's got more upside here. He's got a better ceiling. I don't want to ignore too many people from this game though, because it's got a super high over and under, and a pretty good, not super high, but a pretty good over under and a really close spread. So Vegas is saying that this is going to be a pretty competitive game. I don't want to ignore too many people. This might be the
No.
kind of game that Pau Gasol, has a pretty good night out.
So out of Gasol and Towns, the same price. Who would you go for?
That's the thing here is I like Towns a little bit more. So probably not even a
Yeah.
little bit more. It's going to be a lot more. But like I said, it's hard for me to ignore this matchup here. Even though I do like Towns more, and he does have a similar kind of game where, it's not going to be a blowout. It's probably going to be a competitive game. Um, it's a tough call, dude. I mean, what do you think? I mean, I'm pretty sure you're going to go with Cat, but what's your call here?
Um, I don't know. Like I said, I mean, people usually don't think about it, but like I said, the team chemistry is gonna come back up a little bit because they have Butler. So, like I said, that's gonna help out Gasol. Get some stress off him, and maybe he'll be a little free. And I don't know, man. It's honestly a toss up. Usually, I'm like, oh, Karl Anthony right away, but
Hmm.
man, I don't know. Probably towards Karl Anthony Towns. I'm looking at some of the stats right now. He has a little bit higher projection, but just barely 42 for Town. So, man, I don't know. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
going to be a toss-up, to be honest with
yeah,
you.
yeah. They're not in the same game like last night with Lowry and Lillard, but that was
Hmm.
another one of those same price toss ups where you're kind of splitting hairs here on who's the better option on the night, but obviously somebody's going to win. Somebody's going to be doing better than the other guy.
Yeah, their DVP is almost identical. Their number of possessions that both teams are going to get are identical. So, yeah, it's a toss-up, to be honest. Just go with your gut. My gut feeling is probably Karl Anthony Towns.
Hmm.
That's just my gut. So,
Yeah,
but
well,
either one of those guys is fine.
yeah. If you're going to ask who's the premier player on Minnesota, you're probably going to hear
Mhm.
Karl Anthony Towns from 9 out of 10 people. If you ask who's the star on
Plus
Chicago, 9 out of
yeah,
10 people are going to say Butler.
yeah. Plus, I mean, the good thing is Towns is probably should be the rookie of the year. So, yeah,
Yeah.
and the other kind of good thing is Towns. in a way he was rested in the fourth quarter, so he should be a little fresher than some of the other guys. So um, all right, I think that was everything. We had a little discussion there, but it's all good. Um, our next game we have is Sacramento and San Antonio. 208 over and under, and San Antonio by 13. So, I actually think Sacramento may stay in this game for a while.
Yeah, maybe for a while here, but I don't know. Yeah, San Antonio hasn't been playing up to the same level that they have been. I don't know if you saw it the other night where Duncan and Tony Parker got tripped up over each other and ended up on the ground, kind of kind of hugging it out.
I don't
and
I don't think I saw that, but
yeah, Popovich started cracking up, dude. It was funny. San Antonio, they're getting a little too old here.
yeah,
I
but they're
guess
still
they're
crazy
still
good.
San Antonio.
Yeah.
I think obviously the number one play that jumps off the charts for me here is Danny Green. But
Yep.
the thing that kind of makes me nervous here is I just noticed Manu Ginobili has a game time decision.
Yeah,
He's ruled probable.
there's some crazy stuff going on with Ginobili. He had some really interesting surgery, but um, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, Ginobili. I don't think he's gonna play too much. Probably about 15, 20 minutes, but that definitely does affect Danny Green, and yeah, probably gonna be off the Danny Green. I mean, even though really good matchup, but 33 against Sacramento, but yeah, Ginobili's back. I don't know. Maybe you can still take it.
You gonna throw in
Risky.
Manu?
No, I don't think Manu's all there right now.
No, probably not.
He just had surgery a little bit ago,
On his
so
groin,
yeah. Yep.
so that doesn't really bode well for me for flexibility.
No, I mean, if I came back and I was playing, I'd be a little cautious. Not trying to jump too much or go too crazy. So yeah, I don't think he's gonna play too much here. So,
Yeah.
but it still affects Danny Green.
Yeah. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not beer makers fan here, but my beast of the night is going to be Kawhi Leonard.
Really, he's your beast. Ooh. I
Yeah,
mean,
dude. Yeah, have you seen what Sacramento's
mhm.
been giving up to small forwards recently?
Yeah, I'm definitely I'm not disagreeing with you. Yeah, man. I mean, you got to put. See, that's the thing. Would you put in LeBron and Kawhi, or would you put in Kawhi
Uh,
and then?
yeah, I feel much better about Kawhi than I do Paul George. He's a lower price tag. He's much
Yep.
more, safe of a play. One
Plus,
thing we
he's
do
been
know
on a
about
hot
San
streak.
Antonio is he is the youngest player in the starting five. Um,
Hmm.
I don't know. Maybe him and LaMarcus are around the same age here, but yeah, LaMarcus acts like he's an old guy already. He doesn't really play with a whole lot of enthusiasm. Kawhi lives and dies on every single possession, on whether offense or defensive side here. Sacramento atrocious on defense. Their ball handling is almost even worse sometimes. This is the kind of game where Kawhi just makes people look silly.
Yeah.
Um,
Plus, Kawhi's been on fire, so yeah,
mhm.
better pick him while he's still at $8,400.
Well,
So
that's what I'm saying here, dude. $8,400? Are you kidding
yeah,
me?
yeah.
Kawhi Leonard still $8,400. You're not going to get
He's
him at a better price with a better matchup.
Yeah, that's why he's your beast because he's so cheap and he has so much upside. So, um,
Right? Yeah, he's got huge firepower here. There's no
yeah,
guy above 5, 6K who has a better chance to go for 6, 7 times value than this guy right here.
nope, nope, nobody. So, yeah, definitely like him. Ugh. What about Rondo? He's been half decent. I'm not liking him. I don't know about you.
No,
Okay.
he's an assist machine here, but I'm pretty much not liking him to hit value. I don't know. One thing we do know, like I think you normally say, one spot where San Antonio is weak is point guard.
I mean, they're still
Might
good at the
be
point guard, but that's their weakest spot. So,
right. Um,
what about
you know what, dude? They
Patty?
they added Andre Miller, dude, so they're gonna be good.
Minus, wow, it's
Yeah.
crazy. Patty Mills, he had a pretty good game against New Orleans. Maybe would you pick him here? Maybe, like I said, maybe they blow him out in the the third and the fourth quarter, and Mills gets some extra minutes?
No, because he'll be seeing Darren Collison, who is Sacramento's best wing defender.
Yeah.
So probably not going to be going that route.
All right. So I think that's mostly it. Did you like Aldridge or no?
Um, Not so much.
I mean, he has been pretty half decent, but um, not the huge upside we're looking for. He's only got what 30, 37 his last two. Not too bad of a matchup, but yeah.
Well, he's going to be seeing one of the 5 best players in the NBA down there with him. So
Yep.
I don't really think that's a good matchup for him.
No, no. So I saw the other day you picked Quincy AC. That came out
That
of
was a
nowhere,
it was a throwaway. I need a place filler pick. Yeah, no,
right?
I wasn't liking him really.
Uh,
I wasn't liking that slate either.
no.
But the funny thing is not that lineup obviously, but my other one cashed. The one which I honestly felt better about was going contrarian on that night. Not gonna go to Quincy AC tonight, obviously.
No, definitely not. So, all right, I think that mostly does that one. All right, our last game we have is Atlanta and LA Clippers. We got a 203 over and under, and the Clippers by 5. So this is going to be a good game. For the most part, Atlanta should be fine because they rested some of their players. As we know, they destroyed um, the Lakers. So, who are you liking in this one here? CP3 again?
Um, no, I don't think so, man.
I don't think Teague's going to stop CP3.
Yeah, I don't think that he's gonna shut him down like he did Russell here. But I don't know, 10-2. I don't know, man. When he's up that high, he doesn't really cover his value. I mean, yeah, this isn't a game against Sacramento.
Yeah, the only the good thing is both teams are pretty good, so it's going to be a pretty close game. I've said in the past I love having at least one or two guys from the late game to push you over top.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna put I'm gonna keep Paul in there as maybe a bookmark or something like that. So
Yeah, I'll keep him in mind, but he's not my favorite point guard player of the night. I don't think.
no, but like I said,
Yeah,
I want to get at least one or two guys in here just to have some reassurance that we'll have a good night. Chris Humphries, 26. He loves playing LA, man. Whenever he plays LA, he thinks Kardashian's going to show up, so he tries to go off.
yeah, maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. Do you think DeAndre Price has come down?
Not so much, dude.
No. I don't know who else there is really. Crawford or Reddick?
I like playing these guys here. I just don't know how I just don't know how I'm feeling about this game here. I think honestly that LA's they're gonna beat the crap out of the Hawks. I'm just I know Vegas is saying that it's gonna be a pretty good close game here, but no, if you ask me, LA's gonna handle this game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they should be able to handle him. Man, I don't know who to really pick, Reddick or Crawford. I'm not too high on those guys. Yeah, I'm not really high on anybody in this game. Maybe like I said, maybe Chris Paul. Is there anyone else you like, or is that mostly mostly it?
I mean that's probably it, to be honest, dude. I think I'm liking a couple other games on this slate to take
Hmm.
guys from. Um,
Yep.
this, like you said, it's always nice to have a player at the end of the night, to come help you out here with value. But if you saw what happened tonight, Atlanta and the Lakers, they had a pretty decent spread. It was supposed to be somewhat competitive there, but man, Atlanta just took over and destroyed. So playing late players isn't always the best strategy. You need it to be definitely a competitive game here. And I know the line suggests that this will be Obviously the Clippers are a much better team than the Lakers, but
Hmm.
I think that might actually work too far in the other direction where the Clippers are a lot better than the Hawks are too. So
Yeah, I think the Clippers, I mean, they just beat OKC, so they're all hyped up right now. They came back from that game, so yeah, I think LA is gonna, for the most part, probably win by about eight or nine here is what I'm predicting. So, um, like we said, we like to have one guy in that late game, but I just don't see it. Maybe CP3, but I mean, if
I don't
if
mind
you're
Reddick either, but that's probably about it.
yeah. So, all right, well, I think that's mostly it there. So, if you want to do
Okay.
50-50 or GPP, either one.
All right. So for this lineup, I'm just going to start with some locks, I guess. I'll go with Kawhi and Cat,
All right.
and then because I'm going to spend down here on my second small forward, I'll go with Harris.
All right. Harris. Oh, okay, my bad. I was thinking Gary Harris. My bad. I don't know what I
Uh,
was thinking.
it's all good.
All right, I got it
Yeah,
now.
not Tobias Harris.
All right.
Um, and then I'll probably put in Isaiah Thomas at point guard. And I'm not too sure who I'm liking as my secondary, so I'll let the rest of the lineup kind of dictate that. Shooting guard. Uh, I don't know if I want to put Butler in a cash game yet, just
Yeah.
because I mean, he's got a really good opportunity here, but I think I'm gonna just for the sake of this lineup, I'm gonna start out low, and I'm gonna go with Gordon and Levine.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out for you yesterday picking two mid-range point guards with Moutier and Payton. So who knows? This could work out as well. So,
Yeah,
all right.
got to see who I'm liking more at each position. You know what I mean? Sometimes, you know, you can try to keep the same strategy every night, but it's not always going to work. So, you have to figure out, which positions you need to spend up on a given night,
Mm-hmm.
which positions you can get away with going a little thinner. Um, so then power forwards, I need to start figuring out what I'm going to do here. I'm going to try to find somebody here in the middle.
Not too many good mid.
Yeah, power forward. It's not a whole lot of great options on the board here. Not a lot of great DVP matchups, in my opinion. So I might have to default here to some guys who are normally pretty safe. I guess in this case, Jang, one of those guys that we don't mind taking. Um, I don't want to say he's a cheat code, but he's kind of a fallback kind of power forward. If you can't really find some great value that you're liking, he is pretty consistent for his price tag. So I'll work him in there. So that looks like that leaves me about 6,050 for each player left. Um, I don't know how many expensive power forwards I'm really liking here. I don't know that I want to take Davis.
No.
So I guess I don't mind spending up at my point guard position instead of spending up at power forward. Um, so we'll see how far I can spend up. I guess maybe the 7,000 range is about the most I'm going to get here. Um, man, I don't really like doing it, but just to finish up this lineup here, I guess I'll put in Irving.
Who?
I don't know how much I like putting Thomas and Irving in the same lineup, obviously.
Yeah, this is just a
It's not,
dummy lineup, everybody. So
yeah, don't think this is the number one strategy here.
no.
And then man, I just don't like who that leaves me with at power forward.
Thompson or
Um,
Portis.
I'm gonna put in Thompson.
All
I
right.
don't love it. Totally skipped over Kevin Love there, but like I said, I don't really know if I'm ready to put him in cash yet. Maybe you have to
Hey,
tonight. I don't know.
yeah, I mean, just because the power forwards are so terrible, you might have to do it.
Hmm.
So, all right, well, bad right there. It's a little harder than usual just because the power forwards are just so bad. So,
Hmm.
um, alrighty. Yeah, point guard is not too good either. You know, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna take a chance on it. I'm gonna go CP3. I know, like I said, not the best. I mean, I like having a guy at the end for me. Um,
Yeah, yeah. Having a guy at the end of the night is always nice. It definitely helps when you're watching your cash lines, and it's nice knowing that you have room to move up.
yeah, that second point guard though. I mean, try and get Thomas, but that obviously eats your price tag. I mean, your
A lot.
so yeah. Yeah, you might just have to go cheap, like you said on your prior. Um, oh, it's one of those nights where there's a whole bunch of like good top players. Say, oh, those guys are really awesome, but there's not too many guys in between here.
hmm
I just don't see that happening. Yeah, I really do want Chris Paul, but um, I'm gonna take a chance. Well, I guess yeah. I'm gonna go a little cheaper. I'm gonna go with my guy Shabazz Muhammad. We didn't really talk. Yeah, I think you skipped him over a little
hmm
bit, but it's 4,100 bucks. If he gets me 20, 25, I've been picking him all me money, so I'm totally fine with picking him.
Yeah, yeah. Not a bad cash option there. That would have helped out in my lineup for sure.
Yeah, see, that's why I like going second because I'm like, oh yeah, you forgot about him,
hmm Yeah, and then when I go second, I just shut you up. You're like, oh, oh,
right?
oh,
Yep.
oh.
That's yeah, dude. That's how it goes. Um, all right, let's see what else we got going here. Rubio, really good matchup, but I just don't like the dude. Guess you can try and put in Isaiah Thomas, but your bankroll is just getting shredded right now. So um, Portis Thompson, I don't like that at all. Yeah, that's definitely not final. Don't look at that. Yeah, it's not always on the first look. It's a little hard trying to get there. But that's kind of what I'm liking. Um, I'm not really high on Portis or Thompson, just place fillers. But we both like Leonard quite a bit. I do like CP3 just because it's going to be a late game. Plus, I still do think he's going to get you about 45 here. We love Isaiah Thomas. It'd be nice to get LeBron and Kawhi, but that's not going to happen. And then we got Carl Anthony in there, so yeah, definitely just a dummy lineup. So I guess you can get into your GPP now.
All right. I'm gonna go back to Thomas here.
All right.
I feel like he's in a great spot. Um, second point guard is tough here. Really is.
Yeah,
Oh, you know what? We I don't know, did you put him in
really.
here? I
Yeah,
didn't. I
there you
didn't.
go.
I didn't hear it, but Beverly. I think you
Yeah.
already. Yep.
Yeah,
I could
right.
hear it. You're like, oh,
Yep, right when you said that, I was like, Beverly, dude.
yep. Um,
I guess that would have helped out my last lineup as well. So, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Obviously, this is just like we said, first looks. So we haven't gone and done all our research. We haven't done all the tinkering around to see how everything looks and
Hmm.
play with lineups until we really really like it and we get set on something that we can feel comfortable with. But
Yeah.
you know, first look here. So
Yeah, Zach
shooting
Levine.
guards.
Zach
Yeah,
Levine's at 34 points projected. So, wow.
yeah, I'm gonna keep him in that lineup,
Yeah,
in this
you
lineup
have
as
to.
well.
Yep.
So yeah, go ahead and put him in.
All right.
Um,
Take a chance with Jimmy.
yeah, maybe here.
It's up to you. So, or you can fade him. Wiggins don't have a bad matchup though against Brooklyn, but he's been terrible.
Trying to see here because, um, yeah, shooting guard, second shooting guard. I don't. I don't think I want to go with Wiggins here.
Monte
You know
Ellis?
what? No, you're right. You're right. Yeah, he's playing Brooklyn. Yeah, I don't mind that really. Um, I'll go
It
with
is
Wiggins.
GPP. Okay.
Yeah. And then so yeah, Wiggins and Levine, and then Leonard, and then I'll go with Shabazz for now. But I think I'm gonna have more money at the end, so he might get upgraded. And then I'll go with Love.
All right.
Center, I'm gonna go with Jan Mahimi right now. So that leaves me with like 11 grand for a power forward, which I'm not going to spend up and get Davis. So I think here I will go with Thad Young,
All right.
which means I have money to spend up from Shabazz. Not enough to get Paul George in there or LeBron. I would like to get LeBron in there. I feel like Kawhi and LeBron, like we were saying earlier, that might be
Man,
that might be just might just
you,
really help you out. And
you can. Oh, wait, my bad. I took out somebody else.
well, if I take out Wiggins and go down to I
Gordon?
don't quite want to go all the way down to. Well, to make it work, I'd have to go down to like Danny Green or JR.
Yeah, don't do that.
No,
Like we say in the past, if it's gonna mess your lineup that bad, just don't do that.
yeah. If I put in Eric Gordon, then I can move down from Thad Young to make it work, and that leaves me good old Kristaps Porzingis. Don't really love it there, but that's a look. That's a look at like a GPP kind of lineup here. So Thomas, Beverly, Gordon, Levine, Leonard, James, Love, Porzingis, and Mahimi.
That's actually not too bad of a lineup. You got Gordon, which is a little a little GPP just because he's facing Utah. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for the most part, everybody else is pretty solid. I mean, Thomas should have a good game. Beverly should. And then you're really locking down a small forward with Leonard and James, and then
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Love and Porzingis. He's woo, but yeah, overall not too bad. So definitely a GPP, but sometimes it works out. So
Mm-hmm.
alrighty. So I'm just gonna put him in there. We like him quite a bit. Zach Levine, I love the guy. Put in Chris Paul. Put in Beverly. I'm gonna put in. I'm not gonna put him in there. I wish there's some cheaper power forwards out there that were half decent tonight, but I just don't see any.
It's going to take a lot of research,
Yep.
and well, it's going to take a gamble here too. I think.
Yep.
I hate doing that. I hate having to take a risk on a guy, and it seems like that's what's going to happen with every power forward tonight.
Yeah. I don't think I can do that. Um,
There's other big guys on the board though that you could just totally spend down at power forward, and if you hit the right other positions, then maybe it doesn't hurt.
yeah, that's definitely not gonna happen there. Um, trying to get a whole bunch of big guys in there. Um, um, yeah, I just don't see that happening. Um, guess what you could do is take him out if you really want to. Put in a Mahini, and then you can put in Danny Green, something like that. I don't know. Really stack it in. You got CP3, you got Beverly, Zach Levine, Danny Green, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, LaMarcus Aldridge, or you can go with Kevin Love, Bobby Portis, and Ian Mahini. Definitely GPP. And that was just a mess around lineup. So
Yeah, not the final.
do not take that lineup.
No.
As usual, we just plug in guys that we like. So
Yeah,
um,
sometimes I like to do it just for fun, and I'll save the lineups that we come up with on the air.
and see what they do.
Yeah, and see what they do. Sometimes they do half decent because they do have guys that I really like and do make it in my final lineups. But
Hmm.
like last night, it was one of those cases where they were just duds. So I mean, if you're just watching the YouTube video trying to get ideas and you like the lineups and you want to play them, that's your prerogative. But obviously, we're providing much better final lineups over on our Twitter page. Even on the free page, but absolutely on the premium Twitter page. We've been giving out winners every single night. My lineups have cashed about 4 or 5 nights in a row here. You're no slouch either. Your cash lineups and your GPPs do pretty good consistently.
Yeah, I
Like
had a
today, you didn't have as much time to do research, so it
nope.
happens.
Yeah, but we're definitely going to be back at it here tomorrow. We got 8 games, so um, I think what is it, 4 o'clock? 4 o'clock start time, 7 Eastern
Yeah,
time. So
yeah,
um,
4 Pacific,
normal
7
schedule.
Eastern, normal lock time. So I like that because sometimes on Saturdays, we see early slates where they lock at like 3 o'clock, sometimes even 2 o'clock.
Yeah,
I don't like
don't
that.
li- no.
I like to have as much time as I can to get settled on my picks.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I think that mostly does it. Some people asked for college basketball yesterday. There was no college basketball yesterday, but there
Well,
is
there's
going to
one slate
be.
that started, but it wasn't going to be a start and
Yeah.
finish slate.
No. So tomorrow, I mean, well, Saturday is going to be the day to definitely do some college. So um, the lineups are going to come out really early because on Saturdays they start at 9 in the morning Eastern time. I think one. Is it one?
12
Sorry,
Eastern, I
12
think.
o'clock. Yes, 12 Eastern time. So yeah, look for the college lineups pretty early in the morning, and then our and then our NBA will be out at a normal time. So yeah, I think that does it. If you haven't checked out that premium page, go on over there and check it out. We will, as usual, have our both of our Twitters in the comment section. Click on both of those links. Just message us, and we will get you all set up. So
Yeah, I know people are using the free lineups from our page because we constantly see them, playing against
mhm.
them in 50-50s and whatnot. So, if you are out there using the free lineups, don't be afraid. Share a picture of your win because we know that we're giving out winners for free too. So, yeah, give some feedback there. Even if you aren't a premium subscriber, we do like to see the love. Shout us out, hit us up with a tweet and a share if you like what we're providing for you.
Yep. So yeah, I think that. So another good night of discussion. For the most part, really looking forward to this slate. As usual, we're gonna have to tweak some things because some spots aren't working as as good as we want them to. But we will definitely do some research and get through that as normal. So, do you got any last words?
No, just hope everybody has a good weekend and enjoys the DFS grind.
Yep. So, all right, guys, thank you for watching. If you do enjoy the video, please leave a like. We do appreciate it quite a bit. And if you have not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button for some more awesome videos and good discussion. So yeah, I think that does it. So yeah, everyone have a good Saturday and a and a good day in the NBA. So all right, have a good day, everybody.